in addition to the direct flows that will come from the resources, which clearly will be used to increase economic activities in the country, we see significant investment in infrastructure with a collateral benefit of helping to deal with some of the infrastructural challenges. In addition to that, we're seeing that increasing number of the mining companies will they themselves be involved in some local content issues. So all of that together will clearly create increased economic activities and be more promising and more provide greater opportunities for the countries. The government recognizes that resources, mineral resources, would clearly be a key component of the growth. We have almost 5 mines with prospectivity for oil to be very, very good. And therefore, the government effort is to create an environment that is enabling, that is encouraging in terms of investments. We have investment incentives. We have a more favorable fiscal regime. We've provided special tax regimes for the mining sector. We are upgrading our minerals and mining law to make sure there's clarity, simplicity, and certainty about investments. So all of that together, which will provide an environment that will give them the comfort that they get a fair return on the investment and there will be security of tenure. At the same time, the government believes that the resources will benefit the people, and so look for a more sustainable approach to the resource. No, that's true. Like I said, we do have a favorable tax regime, a reduction from 35 to 30%. But in addition to that, we recognize that the communities where mining activity occurs clearly need to benefit. So the number of different constructs. First of all, we have social development funds that benefit directly to the people. They themselves determine how the funds are used. In addition, in many of these communities, we're looking for ways to see how direct allocation of the revenues can be used. That's some of the thinking we're having right now to make sure that the people benefit from the resources. It serves 2 important purposes. First, it provides a more favorable term for the investors that are working in those communities. Second of all, it has security issues so that once the people recognize that the resources are benefiting them, they are less likely to be disruptive. Well, one of the things that happened, we expect several mines to come on stream. And the issue is actually infrastructure. We know it's a significant challenge, having had significant disruption for many, many years. Many of the mines are about to come on stream, and we work with rail and port issues. We are working with the rail, with the mines, to do a number of different things. Look for collaboration between the mines to ensure that they can deal with the significant cost investment, and just basically ensuring that the infrastructure arrangement also consistent with the government national strategy around infrastructure, mainly power and rail, the transport. I think it's an exciting time for the region. A number of things. First, we clearly are resource endowed from Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. And many of our regions are not fully explored, so the upside potential is very high. The second thing is that the governments themselves are recognizing the importance of the resource for their own people, and therefore we're having dialogues. We've met with Guinea, and we're working with Sierra Leone. So we're talking amongst ourselves about the regime, ensuring that we create an environment that is clearly attractive. We're also having discussions about the infrastructure challenge. If you look at Guinea, for example, where the Samadou and the mines are, and you look at the issue of rail, which is kind of a public question, that it makes more sense to come through Liberia. It's sort of more economical. It's a win-win arrangement. The ores get evacuated more economically. Liberia benefits in a way from sort of infrastructure and so forth. And we're having those dialogues now with Guinea and many of the other countries in the region. Well, the minds, the government, and the people are really the three pieces to the puzzle. To the extent that the interests of all are served, it benefits the country. First of all, the mines want to create a tenure and get a fair return on investment. They need to work with the people themselves. The people must benefit. The government must work with the mines to make sure that the environment is attractive in the sense provide a fair return. I use the emphasis on fair return for the investment to take a risk. With respect to the region and a conference of this nature is extremely important because it provides an opportunity for us to share what we're doing as a government to the investors. Investors get a chance to speak to us and say what are the challenges they're facing, and we can learn from that. But we also get the fund managers who are going to be funding the projects, and many of the junior projects themselves are here. And they themselves can weigh in on it. So all of the pieces that are required to ensure a successful regime in West Africa plays out at this conference. So it's extremely important. It's been a very successful conference.